surprised this one wasn't you and Blake.
And welcome to Combi Reserve for the Deakin Uni Division 2 Grand Final between Surrey Park and Montrose. Pre-game proceedings starting now. Yes, welcome to Combi Reserve once again for the Deakin Uni Division 2 Grand Final taking place here between the Surrey Park Panthers and the Montrose Demons. The Panthers, can they complete the undefeated season? They've been near unstoppable. Or can Montrose continue to build on their two finals victories and cause what would be, you could almost argue, a momental upset with the way the Panthers have been playing this season? I'm Joshua, joined once again by Chris Curtis. Looking forward to this game and seeing the Panthers and the D's once again, Chris.
Yes, mate, of course, and we just had a great showing by Moorabah up against Coldstream in the Division 3 Grand Final, so hoping this one can follow suit, and maybe if I was being picky, maybe a touch closer, but with the way Surrey Park have been so far, as I'm sure you know, that might not happen.
Absolutely. Do you have a tip and a margin and a best on ground as well?
I'm going to go Surrey Park, which I'm sure isn't too much of a surprise to anyone. I'm going to say Surrey Park I'm going to say 53. I'm going to back him big today, and I'm going to say Kalani Kearns best on. That's my shout.
I know one player know one person at Surrey Park Football Club who'll appreciate that, and it'll be interesting to see if he's out here actually. But I'm going Surrey Park as well. I tipped them by 30 points. It wouldn't surprise me if it's a bit of a bigger margin. I'm going to go Tess Reynolds. She's put together a terrific first senior season of footy, and only an 18-year-old as well. I reckon she's a sneaky chance to win the best on a ground for this Division 2 Grand Final. But there's certainly plenty of stars across all lines as teams move into their final positions. And it looks like it will be Surrey Parking to the right of your screen against the breeze in this first quarter. Montrose kicking with the breeze to the left of your screen to the cricket nets and out here at Combi Reserve for this Division 2 decider between Surrey Park and Montrose, of course. Moorabah, as you mentioned before, Chris, winning 60-17 against Coldstream in the Division 3 decider, and we're just about to get started for this Division 2 Grand Final between Surrey Park and Montrose, and it will be Chris Curtis that gets us underway as the final couple of patrons disperse off Combi Reserve. Chris Curtis to get us underway in this Grand Final.
And we are off in your Deakin University Division 2 Senior Women's Grand Final between the Surrey Park Panthers and the Montrose Demons, as early doors umpire is going to call for the ball for a ball up. Again, quite a strong wind. It's just dropped off now that I've spoken about it to the left of stream, currently favouring Montrose as they look to burst out of the stoppage. Winning the first clearance, G, with an absolutely crunching tackle from Surrey Park. Absolutely astounding stuff by number 27 in Mia Harold. Almost looked like a WWE spear move there for a second, but she's gotten up, ball's gone back up, and it's spilled out the back of the pack. Wrapped up, so the umpire will call for the ball again as the Rucks go at it once more. And Montrose got hands to the footy first, but Surrey Park looking to get the clearance. Bit of backwards to go forward. They get it out to the wing to Kalani Kearns, my pick for the blue ribbon medal early doors, as they get it forward. Big tap there by number 22, Charlotte Bradshaw, as it's inside 50. Ball is just sticking to the turf right now, not able to bounce up for anyone to take a clean possession. Plenty of bodies around the footy, and they're going to be wrapped up inside the forward pocket towards Surrey Park's goal. So still about 40 metres out from the Panthers' goal. as it is off hands. Handball is going to go back to Barn, who got it off to a teammate as they look forward now, the Panthers. And it's going to be off the ground. Around it again is Kalani Kurz, who's been around the footy quite a bit so far, but it's going to be a Montrose free kick, I believe, going the way of Chelsea Whitnish. He's going to look to take territory with the kick on this broadcast side and just heave it out of 50, which it does well. Ball bounces, but doesn't quite set up for the Montrose player in Chloe Jones, who's been a pivotal figure for the Demons this season, as there is another ball up just inside the boundary line, broadcast side. So rucks will go at it. Big win in the ruck by Isaac Duns. Umpire will call for it again. So like we saw in our Division 3 grand final, Josh, a lot of stoppages to start the game.
A few nerves as well, as you can expect on grand final day. Of course, it's Montrose's first ever grand final with a women's side. Surrey Park, their second consecutive grand final, as it might spell out the back here for the Panthers. It doesn't for Amelia Tarulli. In fact, that was Matilda Lewis. Such a consistent performer, been a consistent performer, I should say, for since the Surrey women's side had its inaugural season in 2021, the same year as Montrose, as the D's just advanced it off the ground near forward 50. Picking it up there was Jocelyn Healy, the D's leading goal kicker. Surrey Park have plenty of numbers around this, one of those being Mia Kolednik. Ball pinballing around, and you might get a stoppage here. We don't, in fact, as Montrose managed to dig it out. Hannah Barn was there. The tap forward from Matilda Lewis, had plenty of it the last couple of minutes. And we'll have a ball up right in front of the scoreboard, which reads no score for either side yet. We've played 3.5 minutes in this first quarter in the Deakin Uni Division 2 Grand Final. As Reynolds, Tess Reynolds that is, will get a holding the man free kick. Got Chloe Mansfield calling for it in the middle of the ground. Instead decides to just look in the direction of Bea Yosrungarang, which is a mouthful to say. As she gets the kick off the ground, does Bea to true centre half forward, and another kick off the ground. Running onto it there was Charlotte Green. Picked it up cleanly, got their handball out. Surrey Park, who have the numbers here. Montrose do manage to get some numbers though. An attempt to clear their defensive lines, but the ball continues to pinball around. Umpire circling, call for a free kick. Right half forward flank for the Panthers. Left half back flank for Montrose. As up this ball goes again. Isaac's done the hit out. Will it be Montrose who win this clearance? It won't be. It'll just be a ball up. So we've played 4.5 minutes in this opening term. Still no score in this Division 2 decider as Isaac's done. Got it to Tess Reynolds. Chucks it on the bird. Will be intercepted by Molly McKernan, who's wrapped up. That was Jet Harris, in fact, who was wrapped up. And the ball will be tossed up. True centre half forward for Surrey Park. Kicking to the right of your screen to the, we'll call it the playground end out here in the Columbia Reserve. As inside 50 goes Reynolds. And the intercept mark taken there by the D's.
That's exactly right, down the playground end as it's just been labelled, as the clearing kick falls into Demon's hands. I don't think a mark was paid, so it must have been touched as they look to go again, but intercept mark is going to be taken by Surrey Park in Mia Kolednik. Just going to look to take territory with the kick, finds a 1v1 contest of her liking, ball spills off hands. Not quite in the Panthers forward 50 just yet, as the ball makes way to Isaac's done. The big ruckman sends it inside forward 50. Ball out the back of the pack, it'll hit the turf. Panthers have balls to the footy, the hands to the footy, my apologies, have to go backwards to go forward as the kick inside 50 is from Hannah Barn. As the ball spills out towards the boundary, it's going to be wrapped up and the umpire will call for it for a ball up. So still no score over 5 minutes into this grand final. As we are inside Surrey Park's forward 50, not anymore as I finish that sentence, as the ball is cleared by Montrose. And it's going to be not quite picked up on the wing by Hannah Barn, who's been around the footy quite a bit in this opening term so far. And the umpire will call for a ball up. So we're some 60-65 metres out from the Surrey Park goal, just on the near side boundary here in front of us. As Isaac's done, grabs it out of the ruck, throws it onto the boot. Bit of a squib kick off the ground. Handball from the teammate, couldn't find anyone. I believe it was picked up by Talisha O'Kane. And the ball is going to be sent down the wing. In pursuit was Amir Kolednik, who's going to pick it up. Might have to look backwards here. Gets handball off. Just Talisha O'Kane was around the footy again. Great pressure. There's Kolednik. He's going to pick it up. Throw it on the left boot. Looks like it might go out of bounds on the full. And it will, just in the middle of the field here. So it's going to be Montrose to bring it back in. As you can probably hear through our microphones, that wind ripping from the right to the left of your screen, making it a bit chilly down here now that the sun's gone away. But Montrose will send it forward, and it's got to come out in the form of Jet Harris, but she dropped it, couldn't quite keep hands on the footy. She does well to make up for a mistake and wrap the footy up. So ball up. Harris and Isaacs don't go again. Harris gets hands on the footy, not quite advantaged out of the centre. Just sock it off the ground, but there's going to be a holding free kick going the way of Montrose. So no advantage called, which is probably the right call from our team of umpires in the middle. Doing a great job so far, and even in the Division 3 Grand Final, as usual.
Gregor with the free kick.
Yep. As Montrose will look to take distance with the kick and find a teammate just outside forward 50. Jacqueline Healy, as you heard from Joshua before, leading the Demons in goal kicking this season with 22 on her tally. So almost looks like she's sizing this one up, but just looks to prop it up to the pack, see if her teammates can do the work. It was off the hands of Kolednik, who's been around the footy a ton so far, and that's holding the ball. And they're going to pay advantage. So there's a holding the ball call going the way of the Demons. Snap Goldwood did go through, so the umpires were happy to let that one play on. Could we see who he was, Josh, that kicked that one?
I believe it was Emma Walker who kicked that goal, and that is the perfect start for Montrose.
It's exactly what they would have wanted going into this game against a very, very strong Surrey Park Panthers side. So like you said, Josh, Emma Walker with that major. Our first of the day. Scoreboard reads Surrey Park yet to score. Montrose 1-6 as we are just about 9.5 minutes gone in this first term, Josh.
As we go back up in the middle, Paris Isaacs done in ruck for Surrey Park. No clear winner in that ruck contest. The Montrose ruck and Jet Harris following up her own work. And the ball is locked up. The tackle applied there by Hannah Barn on Brittany Wilkinson. And this ball about to be tossed up once again in the middle of Quamby Reserve. Can Montrose add another? Rogers sends it forward for them. Kolednik with the intercept. Been mammoth in defence so far. As she goes to the far side, finds Taylor Morton. Two players with experience in higher up divisions. As she goes inside forward 50, looking there for Charlotte Bradshaw. It might spill out the back here. It does for Surrey Park, but Montrose will see it out of bounds. Shanice Banks sends it and will be intercepted inside forward 50. And Taylor Morton, who's played 5 games this season for Surrey Park and kicked the 5 goals in those games, as the former Roval and the former Blackburn player. As she kicks from a very slight angle, around 25 metres out. She comes in now, does Morton, and sends it straight through the middle. Surrey Park with the response. 1 straight 6 apiece. We've hit the halfway mark of this first quarter. 10 minutes left in the first quarter of this Deakin Uni Division 2 Grand Final. And she's certainly someone who can be a bit of an X-factor, Taylor Morton, inside that forward 50. She was on one side before, and then she worked hard as well to get it to the other side. And the Panthers get the response, Chris. It's
definitely right, and it's exactly what you want to see if you're a Surrey Park fan. Straight away, not getting too flustered, going straight back and kicking one of their own as Harris wins the tap out of the ruck. Isaac Dunn will be the one to pick it up and bring it out of the stoppage, though, as around the footy was Bradshaw. Fell to the ground, picked up by Barn and sent forward. He's had a terrific start to this grand final. Surrey Park will look to bring it to the broadcast side, and Chloe Mansfield is going to be running after the footy. Just went behind her. Ball wouldn't sit up for her at all. Mansfield's still in pursuit. It's going to be picked up by 38 in Annabelle Powell, but she's wrapped up immediately. So we'll have a ball up just in the centre of the ground here. As ruck's guided again, Harris first to the footy there. We had a great ruck contest in our last grand final, and it looks to be the same in this one between Paris Isaacs Dunn and Jet Harris. As we'll see them go at it again. This time it's Harris first to the footy as well. As the handball over the top from Barn. hearing Hannah Barnes' name a lot so far. Terrific performer so far in this grand final, and a real consistent performer is the word I'm looking for throughout the season in Hannah Barnes. Ball's going to spill out the back of the pack. Barn around it again. I'm sure people are getting sick of hearing that name from me. As it's going to spill out the back. Ball stayed low, not quite picked up yet by anyone. Surrey Park Panthers swarming the contest. And there's Mansfield around the footy. Couldn't quite take it though. Handball out the back, off feet. Just by any means necessary. Players trying to get it out. Big bump there. It's come out through Emily Rogers, who sends a kick forward. And it's a 2v2 now in the Demons forward half, as it's just nearing the boundary line and going to dribble out.
That was Mia Koletnik there, and she's also had a pretty decent start. Been absolutely key in defence all season long, as this ball about to be tossed up. Isaac's done against Eleanor Carroll. Isaac's done got the tap down. It spills out now to Annabelle Powell, who's looking for Koletnik. Was she being held without it? No, she wasn't. Montrose managed to dig it out of the stoppage, as they look to continue to do so. They can't. A good tackle applied there by Lani Day on Mackenzie Harbinson. This ball once again tossed up. Paris Isaac stumped from behind, won the tap down. The kick off the ground wasn't taken there by Alex Leather. She still has time to get it on her boot. We'll look in the direction of Hannah Barn. Bounce did favour her. She goes out to the far side and finds Sophie Bradshaw, who has the left half back flank for Surrey Park. They don't mind it in the open spaces through the Panthers. As I say that, they might have turned it over here. Montrose and Surrey managed to keep it alive through Taylor Morton. Certainly shown signs of promise in the attacking half for the Panthers in the opening stages, as this ball going to be locked up. True centre wing right near the Montrose bench. Who'd be happy. It's one straight 6 apiece. 6.5 minutes left here in this first quarter of the Deakin Uni Division 2 Grand Final. It's out on the far side, which for us callers makes it a fun time to call from. And once again, we'll have a stoppage. True centre wing on the far side, as Isaac's done. Didn't win the hit out. It was Montrose who did. Kalani Kearns tried to get a handball away, couldn't. And this ball, stoppage after stoppage the last couple of minutes. It seems to be a recurring theme in these grand finals. Or this first quarter at least. There's Annabelle Power, sends it inside 50, looking in the direction of BR. The intercept mark taken there. And it was a strong one at that. I think that might have been Tiana Whitnish, who looks to go to this far side. Got Eleanor Carroll running for her. Getting away from her though was Matilda Lewis. It spills out now to Paige McKissack, who's up against some immense Montrose pressure. They do well, the D's. Alex Leather applied the good shepherd. Lani Day manages to get it out. And there's a holding free kick going in the direction of Alabun right in front of us. Right half back flank for Surrey Park. She doesn't have too many options. She might be looking to go down the line. Tess Reynolds offering a lead. Decides to ignore her. She's got eyes darting into the middle of the ground. She does go now in the Tess Reynolds direction. Will apply some good pressure there on Emily Rogers, but Rogers managed to get a handball away. Reynolds followed up her tackle though. And umpire will call for a true centre wing on this broadcast side. 5 minutes left, first quarter. One straight 6 apiece, Chris.
So waiting for the ball to be up, and here it is. Rucks do their work. It's going to spill out the back of the contest. Bodies flying everywhere. The level of physicality in this grand final so far has been absolutely terrific from a spectator, and as we are here, a commentator's point of view as well. As the ball is up, just a lot of players electing to tap. Taking possession was Chloe Jones, who sends it forward, but the free defender out the back there was Matilda Lewis. He's going to take the intercept mark, drop the shoulder and get onto the right boot. Finds a teammate as well, but the pressure applied was by the Demons, Emily Rogers, and now the ball is thrown forward as a result. And it's just inside the forward 50. It's Koletnik back there. Terrific work. Gets it onto the left boot. The snap just going to bounce far away. Koletnik got hit after the kick, but he's still good. It's going to be not quite picked up by Sophie Bradshaw, as the ball wouldn't fall for her. Now the Demons have spares out out on the side, as you might have just heard that yell and call for it by Chloe Jones, but it's in the forward 50 now. Kalednik around the footy. Big, great pressure by Talisha O'Kane. It's going to be brought out in the form of Paige McKissack. And now Montrose look to respond. Spare defender in number 38, Annabelle Power, who finds a teammate. Kick smothered. Great pressure by Eslick. As we're just on the edge of Montrose's forward 50. We're just under 3.5 left to play. As the Rucks go at it again, it's going to spill out the back of the stoppage. Gee, a Montrose player was under and it got completely ran over. And the umpire is going to call for the ball now. It was Shaneen Dove, who's in her 50th game. Body on the line is what you'd love to see in a grand final like this.
Absolutely.
And what an occasion to bring up the half century. As Montrose send her forward off the hands of O'Kane. Couldn't quite take a clean mark. Kalednik's around there. She's been brilliant so far in this first term. Surrey Park Panthers swarming the footy. They've got numbers everywhere. Play on, says the umpire. Bursting out of it was Kalani Kearns. Throws it on the right foot towards forward 50. It's going to be a good mark. Taken by Tess Reynolds down there. The junior, as Josh Parrish said pre-game. As the handball is going to go over the top. I believe it might have been Reynolds again who got tackled. Ball spilled loose. Plenty of bodies around. I think that's Reynolds again. Look at the tenacity. Snap on the left. Didn't quite match the effort. So it's out of bounds. It's going to be Montrose. It wasn't out of bounds, my apologies. Montrose ball anyway. As it's gone to the far side wing. There was number 19, Maddie Gray, got bumped aside. As the ball's still in place. Almost the opposite of our Division 3 grand final, Josh, where the ball didn't seem to want to stay in. But now it doesn't want to go out at all. So, Surrey Park Panthers now have a set shot. Can we see who this is, Josh? I can't quite see from here.
It might be Charlotte Bradshaw with this shot on goal.
Charlotte Bradshaw looks for all means that she's backing herself here. Player on the mark's about 50 out. Only a slight angle, maybe 40-degree angle as the kick's on its way. Might fall short just due to the wind, but still made it a fair way. Surrey Park Panthers hands on the ball. Pressure was from Chloe Jones, who's been big so far in this fixture and has been big in the reverse fixtures as well when these two sides have met. Both times, or all three times I should say. As the ball spills out right back pocket for the Demons, and the umpire is going to call for the ball as we have minute 15 left on the clock, Josh.
Can the Panthers get a goal from this forward 50 entry? Montrose deny it, temporarily potentially, but they work it out really well, do the Ds, and send it to the far side wing. But there is Mia Kalednik once again, been absolutely immense in this first quarter. Will pick up this ball, sends it to the left half forward flank, looking in the direction of Mansfield. The intercept mark taken by the Ds. And they'll look to just take some time off the clock. They might get a free kick here. There is a push in the back, and it is going to the Ds. It might be one last chance for Montrose to head into quarter time with the lead. The mark taken by Zali McGregor, who has it on true centre wing. There's no one inside forward 50 for Montrose, so she just sends it on the boot. Intercepted by Alex Leather. Her kick in turn will be intercepted. Out there by Eleanor Carroll. 18 seconds left. One last chance here for the Ds. It's Paige McKissack coming in from the side alongside Amelia Taruli. Sends it into the middle, looking for Tess Reynolds. Had a bit of it the last couple of minutes. She might get hands on this ball. She doesn't. It's Lani Day. And the quarter time siren will ring shortly. It does now. And it's one straight 6 apiece in the Deakin Uni Women's Division 2 Grand Final at quarter time. And the goal kickers
Goal kickers, we have 1-2 Taylor Morton for Surrey Park and a single for Montrose for Emma Walker.
Forgot to pencil her down there, Taylor Morton. It's all locked up here at Crombie Reserve in the Division 2 decider. We'll be back with the second quarter of action out here between the Surrey Park Panthers and the Montrose Demons. Welcome back to Quamby Reserve for the Deakin Uni Division 2 Grand Final taking place here between the Surrey Park Panthers and Montrose. It's one straight 6 apiece in this contest. We've got plenty of action around the grounds, including in our senior men's, and we'll start off with the Premier Division. We'll start in fact with Division 4, and it's Scoresby who lead 15-9 out at Bayswater Oval in their semi-final against Chirnside Park Premier Division. Balwyn 22 to Blackburn 12. East Ringwood 27, Vermont 25. Quarter time at Pat Wright Senior Oval. Roval 10 to Noble Park 7. Berwick lead 15-12 against Norwood. Doncaster East 31-22 against South Croydon. So pretty handy advantage there for Doncaster East. In Division 1, the qualifying final between South Belgrave and Mitcham. Mitcham lead 38-3 remarkably, and a bit of a surprise out there at Tormore Reserve. All surprise to some. Division 2 in the Eastland match of the round, it's Waverley Blues who lead 30-25 in that game. In Division 3, Surrey Park trail Donvale 15-25. That, I believe, was a quarter time score out at Jubilee Park. And the Premier Division Women's Grand Final, South Croydon were kicking to what has been the scoring end down the hill out at H.A. Parker Reserve to the right. If you're tuning in on that stream, they lead 2 straight 12 to the Eastern Devils, 1 behind. Meanwhile, out here at Quamby Reserve, the D's put up a pretty strong fight in that first quarter, Chris. Surrey certainly had their opportunities, but Montrose showed a lot, didn't they?
No, it's definitely right. And, to come out and put a performance like that, without Mia Kalednik down back for Surrey Park, you'd feel that, the Demons would have a bit more to show for it. But as we said, scores are tight at the moment, still a lot to play for, but early doors, very impressive showing, like you said, from Montrose.
Absolutely, as the fans disperse from Quamby Reserve. Just going once again through the goal kickers, Taylor Morton, Surrey Park's goal kicker, and Emma Walker with Montrose goal kicker. The Panthers are kicking with the breeze in this second quarter to the left of your screen. Montrose are kicking to the right of your screen, so they're going to really need to step it up in this second quarter, will Montrose, if they are to restrict the Panthers, who have a fair bit going on with obviously the senior men's at the same time, the senior women's. They had their reserves before, but certainly for Montrose, of course, their senior men's play tomorrow in an elimination final against Beaconsfield, and I believe their reserves might have played today as well. As we're underway in this second quarter, Chris Curtis.
And the ball is up, and we're away in the second term of this Deakin University Division 2 Senior Women's Grand Final. As first kick is going to go to Talisha O'Kane, but didn't quite get the distance required. So it's going to be out through Molly McKerner, gets it forward, sent straight back to where it came from by the Surrey Park defence, and the ball actually going to spill out the back and bounce further towards Surrey Park's forward 50 here. It's a 3v3 right in front of us. On the broadcast side, it's going to be Charlotte Bradshaw who wins out temporarily. Body's flying around the footy. Bradshaw's around it again. She's got 2 defenders trying to bump her off it. It's like dodgem cars down there on the boundary line, and eventually wrapped up just 30 metres out from the Panthers' goal. As we go again, hands in the back, nothing doing, says the umpire in the ruck contest. As it's looking to come out with Surrey Park. Montrose have hands on the footy, more specifically Shanine Dove in her 50th game. It's going to spill out to the top of the Panthers' goal square. Ball still on the ground, no clean possession, wrapped up well by the Montrose defence, and we'll have another ball up. It's about a 45 or so degree angle, 10 metres out. Kalani Kearns in the right, it's going to spill out. Panthers able to get a foot to it, but no, tackled over the line, and going to be a rushed behind for the Panthers, who get on the board first in this second term, opening up a 1-point lead. Still practically nothing separating the two sides so far, but we will see who can fare better with the win going to the left of screen, favouring the Panthers in this quarter, as the ball is just going to dribble straight out. And as per the last touch rule, it's going to be Mia Kalednik, who had a monstrous first term, bringing the ball back in for the Panthers. And she'll look essentially, had a teammate who did well to get the body work, was Kalani Kearns, but couldn't take the mark as it spilled out toward the broadcast side. There's Shanine Dove, who's been doing very well in defence for the Demons, as the kick is going to go straight out of bounds on the floor, and there's a great grab on the crowd.
Jeez.
He's got glue on those hands, gives a nod to the umpire, says, mate, never lost it over here. Credit to that man in the shades and the cap.
That is a head wobble if I've ever seen
That
one,
is
Chris.
brilliant. Brilliant crap. The play resumes on this side of the fence as it's going to come out through Chloe Mansfield, who too had a great first quarter. It's going to be sent just out the back of the pack. Demons looking to take some territory. Made sure the tackle stuck was the Surrey Park defender in number 26, Alex Leather, who was brilliant in the other meetings between these two sides. As the Rucks will ply their craft, it's socket off the ground by Eslick. And it's going to be wrapped up. No, Surrey Park burst free. Just get a kick away. It was socket off the ground by Chelsea Whitnish on the half volley. Now it's been sent back in from Montrose. Sent back out from Surrey Park, and it looks like it'll be sent back in from Montrose again by Chelsea Whitnish. It's a bit of table tennis here, a bit of aerial ping pong, as one of my high school teachers would say. It's been sent forward. Great pack mark there from Surrey Park, just on the edge of their 50.
I think that's Kalednik again.
Kalednik, absolutely stellar performance so far. Almost a shoe-in for the blue ribbon medal if it would have been decided in the next couple of minutes. But with not even 5 minutes gone in this second term, still a ton of footy to play. As there's Kalani Kearns around the footy trying to make her impact felt. It's going to be handballed out. Plenty hands on the footy. Kalani Kearns was able to grab it, wrapped up by two Montrose players. 45 metres out from the Surrey Park goal, Josh.
Ball tossed up. Isaac Stone came from behind and won the tap down. It's Janine Dove, who might have been taken high. She wasn't. Kearns is out the back and gets the goal for the Panthers. It just spilled out the back. Janine Dove, you could argue she was almost unlucky not to get a free kick there. But it's Kalani Kearns who pounces and kicks her first off this game. That's her 30th goal for the season. Proven to be a threat inside forward 50 alongside Gemma Ride. And the Panthers lead is now up to 7, 2-1-13. Surrey Park, Montrose, one straight 6. Just over 4 minutes played here in this second quarter, I should say, of the Deakin Uni Division 2 Women's Grand Final between the Surrey Park Panthers and the Montrose Demons, Chris.
That's exactly right. So a 7-point lead now opened up by the Panthers. They get the first of this term. We need to see how the Demons will respond here going against the win as it's tapped out the back of the pack. Montrose off hands on the footy. Ferocious tackling by the Panthers, but it's going to go forward from Chloe Jones. Great player for the Demons. It's off the hands of number 17, Molly McKernan, and now the ball's in the air. Went for the tap was Isaac's done. No clean possession of the footy just yet, but we will have now as Isaac's done has it on the wing just in front of us, looking forward for a lead-up target in Kalani Kearns. She copped a shot to the jaw just from someone's shoulder inadvertently. She looks okay. She looked to burst away, maybe just a bit quick on the whistle of the umpire. They've done a terrific job as always, so we can have no complaints from our end as Isaac's done and Harris go at it once more. It's going to be locked up. That's Tess Reynolds. She's going to be wrapped up in the tackle. Your shout for the blue ribbon medal so far. Josh has been playing well. A lot of energy from her as Kalani Kearns, my shout, gets hands to the footy. Chloe Jones looking to bring it out. And that's going to be a throw. Free kick awarded to the Demons. Can't quite see who's going to be taking that kick from here. Alicia Komnenos it might be as it comes to the broadcast side wings. Players tumbling behind the ball. Good tackle, held on a bit too long and even had some afters. Was number 20, Kayla Eslick. He's been around the footy a decent amount. Was good in that first quarter and has carried that form through to this one, but got pinned there. As a kick, the target is Kearns. Body work by the defender, did well. Bit of a mongrel kick out from defensive 50. And that's a great kick, and wheeling and dealing is Mia Kalednik, who gets it inside forward 50. Footy's on the ground. Kalani Kearns going to try and pick it up. Montrose defender got a hand to it. There's ER's kick is just going to fall short. And it's going to be kept in. Fair enough. Umpire's happy to let it play. But maybe they wouldn't have rather. It is maybe a bit harsh for the Panthers attackers not to give holding the ball callers. They're loving the effort down there. As we are some 15-20 metres out on the very slight angle from Surrey Park's goal. Kalani Kearns in the ruck. Tap only went as far as Hannah Lawson, and the ball spilled out to the wing. It's going to be 27's kick. Mia Harold is smothered, and there's bodies flying around the footy. There's Chloe Mansfield, who's been terrific as well for the Panthers. Her and Kalednik on that left-hand side have been pivotal so far as it's come out through Hannah Barn. Another great player so far in this grand final. As it's spilled out the back, Kearns hands on the foot, he can't quite pick it up, goes down again, can't get it. Bodies dropping around the footy, and we will have a ball up 25 metres out, Josh.
Directly in front of the Panthers goal, as it looks like it's Charlotte Bradshaw going up in ruck against Jed Harris. Harris won the tap down after Bradshaw got the decent run up, and Montrose have the numbers at the forward of the stoppage. They send it into the middle. Eslick was there, but it looks like she might be down. Kayla Eslick, as she looks to go to the interchange bench. Montrose are able to clear from the centre. And Alex Slether, though, will be able to intercept. Wheels onto her left boot. Can't find anyone. And Montrose, who have 3 players, going up against one in Paris Isaacs Dunn. Got the kick away there, did Hannah Lawson. Put together a terrific season, has Lawson. And this ball is going to be tossed up. True centre wing on this broadcast side, right in front of a big crowd out here at Quamby Reserve, and it's great to see a big crowd in for this Division 2 decider between the Surrey Park Panthers and Montrose Demons. As Anderson looked for Mia Harold. Was she out without it? No, she wasn't. Getting the clearing kick was Chloe Jones, and taking the strong mark there, it might have been Jocelyn Healy. It is. And it's gone inside forward 50, certainly posed the threat as Harold came in from the side. Healy's still got to kick away and finds Molly McKernan, the former Baronia player. Has it at the right half forward flank for Montrose. Can they get a response? She sends it inside forward 50. No mark taken there. It's out the back now for Montrose. Chloe Jones just got boots of ball. Plenty of pressure applied for Surrey Park, and Mia Harold was held or taken high without it, as the wind starts to almost blow a gale out here at Quamby Reserve. Harold sends it to true centre wing. Kalani Kearns in the middle of the pack, couldn't take the mark. Lawson was there, but it's Surrey Park who are able, or nearly clear. It's Montrose, in fact, who do. Looping handball from Charlotte Green. The smart tap forward from Emily Rogers, and they might be inside forward here. Montrose, they are. Chloe Jones got a player out the back, couldn't take the mark. On the ground there, it might have been Jocelyn Healy. It just stayed in. And it might have been rushed through now. We saw it in that second quarter that the bounce, there was in that last game, at times the bounce can be awkward out there, but it's a behind for Montrose. 1-1-7 the D's. Surrey Park 2-1-13. 10 minutes gone, second quarter in this Division 2 decider between the Panthers and the D's. And
Surrey Park looked to the broadcast side as their exit from defensive 50 was off hands. Nearly taking the mark was Jet Harris, but I think about 3 players just holding the footy above their heads at the moment. It's going to be a ball up. So still just inside that forward 50 for the Demons. Jet Harris took a bump in the ruck, still got the tap down. Both the rucks getting the groundwork done, doing the dirty work that you'll love to see from a fans and coaches perspective on the field. Is your 2 big players willing to get down and get dirty. As the ball's handballed out of the Montrose forward 50, but it looks like it might come straight back in the form of Charlotte Green. Still no one really able to pick up the footing. There's Green again, who gets a snap inside forward 50. It's going towards the boundary line though. Elected to keep it in was Mia Harold, who got slung to the ground. And I think the players almost stopped there, maybe heard a whistle, but play's going to continue. And the ball's sent inside forward 50. Mark will be taken by a Montrose. Oh no, it's going to be a ball up.
Might not have been 15.
So the ball up, handball from Ruby Anderson in her 50th game as well. So 2 half centuries brought up on this grand final. What an occasion to do it in, as the ball is helped over the sideline just to our right here at Quamby Reserve. Started off as a stellar day, but as that sun starts to hide behind the clouds, that wind becomes all the more telling to the left of screen. As out of the ruck, no clean possession just yet. The Panthers looking to bring it out through 37 Chrissy Lagos, but was wrapped up in a tackle. So it's going to be a ball up as Isaacs Dunn gets hands to the footy. Similar to what we've seen throughout the rest of today, no real clean possession winners for almost minutes at a time, just sequences of stoppages. But Isaacs Dunn, well dominated in the ruck, gets a tap forward. It's going to come back through Charlotte Mansfield this time, socketed off the ground, looking to go forward the Demons. And it's picked up by Surrey Park, who have a bit of space on that far side wing if they can use it, but elect to kick. I think the kick was smothered initially. It's Emily Rogers, who's going to be wrapped up in the centre square. So we have just under 8 minutes to play in this second term. Isaac's done, got both hands to the footy in a great tap, but that's going to be a terrific tackle going the way of the Montrose Demons. Free kick awarded to Zali McGregor. He would take the time to assess her options and just go for territory in the end. So there's a pack forming under the footy. It's a great pack mark taker. Gee, maybe touch was the call. It's O'Kane who's going to shoot it for goal. And just wide. So a minor score off the shot of Talisha O'Kane there makes it a 5-point deficit, Josh.
As the Panthers under a bit of pressure in their defence, but they managed to clear out to the far side. Couldn't take the mark there, Bradshaw, and they give away a high free kick to Sabrina Brandes on the far side. She looks for options inside 50, sends it long, no mark taken by her teammate. They have the numbers on the ground, do the Ds, but the Panthers do well to lock it up. Umpire will call for it, so we've got around 6.5 minutes left in this second quarter. Played 13.5 minutes in that case. And Surrey Park lead 2-1-13, Montrose 1-2-8. They've shown plenty of promise, have the Ds in their first ever grand final. As it might spill out now to Kalani Kearns. It does. Dug a handball out. It's in the direction of Tess Reynolds. Could take a bounce if she wants to. Just decides to go inboard and set it inside 50. Morton's out the back. In fact, there is Tiana Whitnish. And Whitnish is able to clear, but Surrey should have the numbers here. They do. And it's Tess Reynolds. Handball over the top. Looking for Taylor Morton. It's out the back now for Gemma Ryder, who's up against Tiana Whitnish. And Whitnish did well to lock it in. Ball will be tossed up far side forward pocket for Surrey Park. As the breeze starts to die down, Reynolds try to get a handball away after sharking the hit out. Plenty of players around this. Bodies colliding everywhere. We'll have a ball up right half forward flank with 5.5 minutes left in this second quarter. It's in the Surrey Park attacking half. As again, the tap down won by the Panthers. Can they win the clearance? They can't. Yeah, ball once again locked up. So it's been pretty stoppage based, which is certainly something Montrose won't mind, as the hit out won by the Panthers. Spinning around there. And spinning her way out of trouble was Amelia Tarulli, another one who's come up from the juniors this season as an 18-year-old, but clearing is Hannah Lawson from her defence. Might be cut off here by Mia Kolednik. It is. Her handball was intercepted there. And it's Montrose who look to clear, but they can't, because Paige McKissack, the general down in defence, one off, sends it inside forward 50. It's out the back for Jed Harris. Kearns coming in from the side. Got the bump in legally, said the umpire. Umpire is circling and will call for a right forward pocket for Surrey Park, who lead 2-1-13. The Panthers to Montrose 1-2-8 in this Division 2 grand final. Out here at Combi Reserve, stealing it away. There was Bradshaw. They get it out here to Tess Reynolds. Shrugs off one. Gets the shot on goal and nails it. Tess Reynolds with a brilliant piece of play. And the Panthers lead is now out to 11. 3-1-19. 1-2-8 Montrose. 4 minutes left, second quarter in this Deakin Uni Division 2 grand final, Chris.
Well, she was your blue ribbon medal pick at the start of the game, I should say. Certainly making a case for herself today, Josh. Brilliant speed on show, and even to square the shoulders up and get that shot on target was a terrific piece of work from Tess Reynolds. So I was just about thinking there, call myself thinking, oh, if Montrose can keep this within a kick, it would be a brilliant quarter from them. But margins out to 11 now, as Isaac Dunn looks to bring it out of the ruck. It wasn't Isaac Dunn, my apologies, it was Charlotte Mansfield. And now the kick is going to be intercepted by number 15, Hannah Lawson for the Demons, who will go straight away as a player down behind play. I believe it's Amelia Tarulli, maybe copped a bit of a knock on the head. She actually looks like she's in a bit of strife, so it might not be. She's in the hands of the team physios as play resumes a bit further down the field, but you'd hate to see it, but Amelia Tarulli does not look comfortable in any sense of the word right now. They might actually have to stop play.
I think they are.
to make sure that she gets the treatment she needs. So I didn't quite see what caused the incident, Josh, but
it might have just been a clash, but I'm not 100% sure. As play goes on, Chris.
Play goes on. Righto. So
she's getting up, which is great to see.
So we are on the far side wing. Play going on now with 5 trainers. 20 metres left of the ball is slightly interesting, but nevertheless, play continues. That's the umpire's call. That's what we've got to go with. So we are on the far side wing in Montrose's forward half, down the playground end as it was dubbed, and the ball's been sent towards the goal line, nearly off hands. It's going to go across the face of the goals, nearing the boundary. Picked up, couldn't quite get the kick off from the Demons. Around it was Charlotte Mansfield, and it's going to be a free kick awarded to Sophie Bradshaw, who's been good in this game so far, well performed in this opening half. As the ball is going to be at the bottom of the pack, plenty of bodies around and not able to come out just yet, as we are just about 90 seconds to go in this second quarter. The Deakin University Division 2 Women's Senior Grand Final. There's a lot of players electing to tap it instead of taking possession at the moment. One of them willing to take possession was Rogers, but she was swarmed on immediately. So clock keeps ticking. Scoreboard reads Surrey Park 3-1-19, Montrose 1-2-8 at the moment. As Harris went for a big tap in the ruck, but just aired it, couldn't make contact. The ball spilled out, big tackle. Harris picks it up, makes up for a mistake, gets it to a teammate in 28, Zali McGregor, as the ball's gone forward. Surrey Park Panther hands on the ball, but it's number 15, Hannah Lawson, who's going to look to take possession of the footy out just next to that boundary, and it is going to go over. So it will be thrown up, it will be ball up, I should say. 45 seconds left on the clock in this opening half. It's been a very tight contest so far. It's tight towards the middle of the ground. Talisha O'Kane, who's had a great game for the Demons around the footy. As bodies dropping everywhere. Tell you what, if at any point you lose the footy, Josh, you can just look to see where the most people are on the ground, because they are fighting for every inch down there, which is great to see on the biggest day of the season, grand final day, of course. As we have just under 15 seconds, the Demons will be the only ones that can score here, but it doesn't look likely with Kalani Kearns' clearing kick and right there. But as the clock ticks down, there's only seconds. We are going to go into the halftime break. As there is the halftime siren. So scoreboard reads Surrey Park 3-1-19, leading the Montrose Demons.
She's going back here, Tess Reynolds. She got the free kick.
She's got the free kick, fair enough. My original thought was the free kick was going the Demons' way, but Tess Reynolds, time's expired, so just pull out a talk, give us something to look at.
She did that.
And unfortunately, that's not going to make the distance. So, anyway, the halftime break, Surrey Park 3-1-19, Montrose 1-2-8. The Panthers opening up a 11-point lead in that term. Goals going to, for Surrey Park, Taylor Mortar in the first. Second quarter goals to Kalani Kearns and Tess Reynolds. And for Montrose, a first quarter goal for Emma Walker. Josh, an 11-point lead, but still Montrose very much in it.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've done well, provided a bit of pressure, gotten it out of the stoppage and sent it as many times as possible inside forward 50. They've just missed some opportunities, have the Ds. Can they fix that up in this second half? We're about to find out. We are going to go to a break here, and when we return, we will bring you that second half in the third quarter of action in the Division 2 decider between Surrey Park and Montrose.
162 to 48, and Dylan Moore's kicked 5 goals, 3 in a quarter. Like, what is going on there?
Alright, I reckon we'll get back.
I think she's out before game to Rawley. She was just getting help to the locker room.
Welcome back to Quamby Reserve for the Deakin Uni Division 2 Grand Final between Surrey Park and Montrose. Joshua Deere alongside Chris Curtis. And as you mentioned, Chris, Amelia Tarulli unfortunately out, and I did see her coming off the ground, and it is unfortunate. She's her first senior season alongside Tess Reynolds and been terrific through midfield. We're going to go around the grounds with the senior men's and the senior women's games. Of course, Blackburn in Premier Division lead Baldwin 37 to 22. East Ringwood lead Vermont 58 to 43. Noble Park lead Roeville 29 to 24. Berwick lead Norwood 36 to 19. And Doncaster East lead South Croydon 55 to 33. So it means Blackburn and Roeville will be playing finals at this stage and finish in 4th to 5th. We'll get some more scores shortly, but we're just about to get started in this third quarter of the Deakin Uni Division 2 Grand Final between Surrey Park and Montrose. It's certainly been an interesting game, but a bit of a sour night, obviously, for Surrey Park, Chris.
No, exactly right, and we saw that even in the last Grand Final, you know, wins tarnished by injuries, but to rule out for the rest of this game is an absolute shame. Our thoughts obviously go out to her, but I'm sure she'll be hoping that her team can get it done anyway, and they currently hold an 11-point lead as we are good to get underway in this second half and the final half of the season in the Deakin University Division 2 Senior Women's Competition, as the Rucks do their work and it's spilled out through Mansfield. Chloe, that is, obviously playing alongside her sister Charlotte, and Chloe Mansfield is wrapped up in a tackle. So we're going to have a ball up still in the centre square as Isaac's done, gets hands to the footy. It's going to spill out through Kearns, gets it to Chloe Mansfield. Reynolds, who just kicked that goal late on in the second quarter, using her speed and agility again, and sends the ball inside forward 50. Gee, you would have thought the mark was taken by Bia, but it dropped out of her hands at the last moment. Handball by Hannah Byrne, who had a great start to this game. And it's going to be a ball up.
Now, I've got a score from the Premier Division Grand Final. South Croydon lead 2-1-13 to the Eastern Devils, the 5 behind. So the Devils will have to come from behind in the second half to make it the 3-peat in the Premier Division.
That is very interesting, but not out of reach for the Eastern Devils yet. It comes out through Barn, finds Kearns, looks for Barn again. Handball was a bit overcooked. Now, plenty of players around the footy. One of them just punched it their way, which is more than effective. Kalani Kearns gets hands on the footy and is wrapped up. So Kalani Kearns around the stoppage a fair bit on the edge of the Surrey Park forward 50. As the Rucks go out, Isaac's done, got hands to the footy. Not a very effective tap as the ball spills out. Kalani Kearns, who just mentioned, handballs, a kick went forward from Surrey Park, and it's fair, marked by Bea, who is going to line up seemingly dead in front, 30 metres out. Bea used Rungroing. I hope I said that right, I'm sorry if I haven't. And her kick is true, but it's dropped short with that wind going against her. There's only about a 25 or 30 metre kick, but hard to judge with that wind. You can see in the trees behind the Surrey Park goal blowing ferociously. So it's out of bounds, and Montrose will bring it back in, choosing to use his broadcast side as their outlet, but it will only go as far as Matilda Lewis, 10 times in best for the season for her. As Chloe Mansfield's down there, she's been brilliant so far today, and umpire will call for a ball up. So the Rucks will set up once more as Isaac's done winning it. She's been terrific in the Rucks so far today. She comes out to the broadcast side just to our right, looking to pick it up with Ruby Anderson in her 50th game. Ball was gotten forward by any means necessary. 27, Mia Harold's had a fair bit of the footy. She gets it on the boot. Mark was dropped by the Montrose player, and it's going to be out off Talisha O'Kane. It's going to be a ball up just inside the boundary line. Centre wing. As the Rucks will go up at it again. This time Isaac's done, loses out. And it's just inside the boundary line. Maybe tackled over, not quite. Chloe Mansfield around it. As we'll have another ball up. Seems all too familiar, these stoppages where we have almost minutes at a time of just balls up. And now the ball's got to work its way into open field, and it's with Maddie Gray, who look for a teammate. Ball on the ground, still to be won. Montrose looking to apply pressure. And they're going to be wrapped up. So in the centre square, we have another ball up. Isaac's done going after. It was grabbed out of the ruck by the Montrose defender, who was tackled well by Tess Reynolds. I don't even want to think about the height difference in that tackle, but it was a brilliant job from Tess Reynolds, who sends it forward off Kalani Kearns' hands. Taylor Morden teamballs are forward. Kalani Kearns around the footy again, not quite able to take clean possession. Morden throwing her weight around. It's got it out through Montrose. High kick. There's a pack forming under this one in the centre square. It's going to bounce out the side. 32's around it. That's Ella Bunton. It's going to go forward. Off feet, off hands, off seemingly everything, because everyone's throwing themselves at the footy. It's going to come out through Mia Harold. Kick swung right. Tess Reynolds is down there. She can get hands on the footy. She could be dangerous, and she's got her hands. She's beat one. She's beat two on the left. Send the top of the goal square. Great contest by the Demons defender over the back. It's going to fall to the ground. Body's dropping over it. Ball comes loose. Montrose around it. Kalani Kearns diving in there. And it's out the back of the pack. Panthers looking to go back to go forwards. And they'll look to do just that now as a handball will go back to Harold. But it is wrapped up. As we are crossing over just past 5 minutes in this third term, Josh.
Montrose are able to clear from true centre half back, but the kick's cut off by Ella Bunton. Sends it back inside forward 50 for Surrey Park. Montrose should have the numbers on the ground. They don't. Chrissy Lagos with the good tackle there. And it was applied on the 50 gamer, Shaneen Dove. Probably almost been Montrose's best on ground. Had put together a superb 50th game as the D's managed to clear from defence to this broadcast side wing. Mansfield is there, can't pick up the ball cleanly. She does now, got it out the back to the other 50 gamer, Ruby Anderson. Sends it in the direction of Lagos. Used her body well. And the umpire will call for it at the right half forward flank for Surrey Park. They've done most of the attacking in this third quarter of the Deakin Uni Division 2 decider as Isaac's done. Looked to get it down to Reynolds. Spilled it. And the kick from Montrose will be intercepted by Koletnik. Got it to Bunton. Sends it into the middle of Quamby Reserve. Barn tried to tap it back to Maddie Gray. It's Montrose who do well. No, in fact, it's Surrey Park. Matilda Lewis gets it on the boot. She might get this ball back here. It's Lani Day who does. Got it to Lagos. To Lewis, who might be pinged. Umpire says play on. Isaac's done applying the tackle there. And the umpire is circling. It spills out. And we'll have a ball up. So we played 7.5 minutes in this third quarter of the Deakin Uni Division 2 Grand Final. Score hasn't advanced from what it was at half-time. It's 3-1-19 the Panthers to Montrose 1-2-8. As the ball spills out now to Kearns, who gets the shot on goal. Yosrungriang could run onto it, she doesn't. And it's a minus score, 3-2-20. Surrey Park to Montrose 1-2-8. Two straight kicks in it. 7 minutes played here in this third quarter of the Deakin Uni Division 2 Grand Final between the Panthers and the D's. Chris.
As the Demons look to bring it out on that far side wing. Gee, great mark, nearly taken. He just came off hands of the Surrey Park player. As there's still the ball is just bouncing off people's feet, people's knees. No one really able to take clean possession of it just yet. As we're just to the side of the scoreboard, you can see down here at Quamby Reserve, the Jamie Redfern scoreboard. And we will have a ball up. And the rucks will go. Had it wrapped up straight away. It was 15, Hannah Lawson. And she's going to be awarded a free kick, it looks like. So Montrose a chance to get a proper entry inside 50. Still looking for their first goal since the first quarter. And it was Bunton who was kicked as she pushed as she kicked it, I should say. She got it out to Chloe Mansfield, who's had a stellar game so far. And she's put it out in front of Bear and set her teammate the task. Go get it. She's there now, pressured by 14, Shaneen Dove, as we just heard. Brilliant performance so far to bring up her half century in this Division 3 Deakin University Women's Senior Grand Final. As we're going to have the ball thrown in just outside the 50-metre line. The forward 50 of the Surrey Park Panthers, centre wing. As Isaac Buns gets it to Kalani Kearns. Kick went high in the air. Montrose defenders under it. There were two of them. And eventually one of them took the mark. Got a lead-up target on the broadcast winning Chloe Jones, who was very vocal about the fact that she wanted the ball. Did good body work to nudge her defender under it, but the ball will go out. And it will be called touch, so we will have a ball up. Centre wing, just inside the boundary line. Still in Surrey Park's forward half as Isaac Buns goes up for it. Isaac's done, so I should say. As the ball is entering forward 50. And Montrose looking to bring it out with a chain of handballs, eventually kicked by Zali McGregor, who's been in and around the footy a fair bit. Off the hands of Lagos, who looks forward. Chloe Mansfield around the footy once more. That's no surprise. Chloe Jones with her hands on it got wrapped up straight away, and she held onto it for too long, so that's going to be holding the ball. Terrific pressure and a terrific tackle from Chrissy Lagos there, as the Panthers are streaming inside forward 50, and Lagos will just look to take territory, but the wind's going to carry the kick. Kalani Kearns still gets to it on the boundary line. Handball over to Chloe Mansfield. The two brilliant players so far in this game combining, but Mansfield's kick couldn't match the sequence of play and goes out as we are just passing the halfway mark in this third quarter of our Deakin University Division 3 Grand Final, Josh.
Montrose have it on this broadcast side back pocket. They look to send it in the direction of Eleanor Carroll, who got the bump in. It's out the back now for Kolednik. Couldn't pick it up cleanly, and pouncing there was the Montrose player. The smother came in from Ella Bunton alongside Ruby Anderson, and the ball is locked up. True centre wing on this broadcast side. Two straight kicks in it in the favour of the Panthers as Isaac Stum from behind. Got the tap down. Jones is there, so was Hannah Barn. It's Montrose who clear it. Coming in there was Bunton, who got a kick away, but it was intercepted by Chloe Jones, the former Donvale player. Come across to Montrose this season and has been absolutely superb, whether that be through midfield or up forward. Her kick was nearly cut off by Kolednik. It will be now by Alex Leather, who gets it onto her thumping left boot, looks in the direction there. I think that was Charlotte Bradshaw. It was. It spills out now the back for Montrose, who attempt to clear the pack. They might win this. It's Sophie Bradshaw around this for Surrey Park. It's Montrose who just get a kick off the deck, looking in the direction of Jocelyn Healy. She's up against Mia Kolednik. Kolednik wins out, did really well. Got it on her left boot. Looks in the direction of Lani Day. Couldn't take the mark. Montrose have the numbers on the ground. And they managed to get it out here to Komninos. And the ball is locked up. It is, and Lani Day managed to get it out. And the Panthers... or will it be Montrose? It's Paige McKissack getting it back to Hannah Barn. And McKissack nearly got hands on it. The handball was too hot for her. And umpire is circling. Might call for this ball. Doesn't. Well now, so we've got 8 minutes left in this third quarter. Just the one behind in this term in the favour of Surrey Park. They lead 20-8. As Isaac Stein, in fact it was Harris who got the tap down to Jones. Wrapped up immediately by Hannah Barn. Once again, we're back in the middle of Combi Reserve. Harris yet another went a hit out. Barn tried to spin away out of trouble. Isaac Stun got a handball away to her teammate, who was wrapped up immediately there in Chrissy Lagos. This ball will be tossed up. Lagos looks like she's been moved into midfield as Harris won the tap down and could win the clearance as well. She does. Montrose send it inside forward 50. Eleanor Carroll now up against Mia Kolednik. Kolednik nearly got it clear. It's Carroll just trying to break one tackle, can't. And the ball is locked on true centre half forward for Montrose, who wouldn't mind a goal here. The breezes started to slightly pick up as Isaac Stun won it down to Ruby Anderson. Looking there for Charlotte Bradshaw, or Sophie that was, as this ball is going to be pinged. And the free kick going in the direction of the Panthers. And it'll be Sophie Bradshaw as the true centre half back as she looks to send the Panthers forward. The mark not taken. It was a good effort there from Lani Day despite a bit of pressure. It's Montrose's pressure that wins out. They get it to the left forward pocket right in front of us. Couldn't keep it in, Mackenzie Harbinson. And the umpire will call for this ball to be tossed up. Forward 50 stoppage though for the D's, Chris.
And they've got the ball forward, which they've struggled to do greatly in this third term. Surrey Park playing the territory game very well, but Montrose need to make something of this entry since they've got the ball there. As it looks to come out, Surrey Park first to the ball. Handball was intended to Chloe Mansfield, but fell short. Doing the work there is Zali McGregor, who gets it forward to a teammate. Looking for Zali McGregor again, couldn't quite pick it up. The snap inside was from Hannah Lawson, but it was intercept. The intercept mark came from Surrey Park, who have options now. Look to the broadcast wing for Kalani Kearns right in front of us here. Handball was from Brittany Wilkinson. And there's McGregor again with hands on the footy. Kearns picks it up. Big tackle. And a terrific one at that by Brittany Wilkinson. Pinned Kalani Kearns for holding the ball. And now Montrose can have a chance at not only a shallow entry, but a good entry inside their forward 50. But the ball will drop short. And the snap will go the way of McGregor, who can't quite get to the footy first. Surrey Park did well to get the handballs off. Bit of a handball chain here. As the ball is sent back in by Green. Chloe Mansfield looking to help bring it out. She's been terrific today. The ball is still inside Montrose's forward 50, picking it up. The handball option was there in Lawson. Her handball couldn't find a target though. Now Surrey Park have a chance to get it out. And they have a couple of numbers and a bit of space here. But the numbers got caught up in themselves, and Izali McGregor sends it forward. Might drop out the back of the pack. The mark's going to be taken out the back by Eleanor Carroll. And this would be a massive goal if it were to go through for the Demons. Player on the mark is just at the top of the goal square, dead in front, no angle at all. Only consideration really is that breeze. As Eleanor Carroll walks in and will score. Montrose with their second major of the day, first since the first quarter, cut the lead down to just one goal. Scoreboard now reads Surrey Park 3-2-20, Montrose 2-2-14. A much needed goal for the Demons, Josh.
It absolutely is, and they are making a very good fist of this, Montrose. They've won 2 finals. They've come from behind in most of their finals this year, or in all of their finals this year. And they're taking it right up to the near unstoppable force this season. That is Surrey Park. As back up we go. The tap down won by the D's. Can they send it forward for potentially one final chance? They will. It's a true centre half forward. Coletti came in from the side and picked it up really cleanly. Had a really impressive game. Got it out to Chloe Mansfield. 2 of the stars of this Surrey Park lineup combining to Kearns, working her way up the ground. Might get this ball back here, Kearns. She does. Sends it inside forward 50. Coming in from behind was Taylor Moore, and managed to somehow get a handball away. Surrey have the numbers out the back. They get the shot on goal! And I'm not too sure who that goal was to, but it could have been again to Tess Reynolds. I'm not 100% sure, but it's Surrey Park with the response.
It's a brilliant kick.
It is a brilliant kick. 4-2-26 Surrey Park. Montrose 2-2-14. We'll credit Tess Reynolds.
We'll give it to her.
I think it did look like it might have been her that they went to, but that's her second goal, if that is the case.
Yep. And, you know, we saw it's a much-needed goal for the Montrose Demons just, what was it, a minute ago, but that's a bit of a gut punch there and a terrific response from a Surrey Park perspective. Opening the lead back out to 12 points. Of course, it's still just a 2-kick game. But the way this has been going and the way the wind is blowing to the left of screen, I feel Montrose really need to get tighter to Surrey Park at the moment. As Surrey Park win a free kick out of the middle. It's going to be Charlotte Mansfield here. The kick was a bit of a clanger. It's going to bounce in an awkward direction. Surrey Park get hands on the footy. Tackle was applied by Chloe Jones, who's been brilliant today, as she has been in the season so far for the Montrose Demons. As the ball is making its way to the broadcast side. There was a push there by number 12, Matilda Lewis. Nothing doing, says the umpire. The ball sent inside, just on the edge of forward 50, and the intercept mark is taken by the Demons. who have just under 2 minutes to make something happen here. As the ball makes its way just in front of us to the broadcast wing, centre wing here. As around the footy is O'Kane, who's been immense today for the Demons. And there's a massive tackle, legal one at that too. And the umpire will call for the ball. So it's O'Kane there, laying a big tackle. As the ball goes up, true centre wing. Plenty of bodies around the football, no exit there for Lani Day. As the ball will go up once more. Isaac's done, worked under the ball. Terrific work in the ruck by, I believe it was Jet Harris. As the ball will be sent forward by Montrose. Need a good bounce to get it over the back, and they get that. But Surrey Park arrive in numbers in their defence. Terrific work by Paige McKissack. Mark's been dropped by 21 from Montrose. Brittany Wilkinson, and now the intercept mark taken cleanly by Annabelle Powers, who will look inside and find a teammate. Wearing the long sleeves is number 17, Hannah Barn. Ball went straight through the hands of the Montrose player. It spilled out the back. Surrey Park could go if they can just get this one out the back. And they're going to do so through Maddie Gray. Sends it wide. Taylor Morden in pursuit. Chloe Mansfield around the footy. Morden will pick it up. Get it to Tess Reynolds, who we just credited that goal to. But she's bitten off more than she could chew in this particular scenario. And she's pinned. So Montrose have 20 seconds to go half the length of the pitch here. I'm not sure if they realise it. It's now just 10. And it looks increasingly unlikely that we'll get a score unless this one can get out the back somehow. Off the hands of Surrey Park. 3 seconds left. And there will be no score. As the three-quarter time siren goes, scoreboard reads Surrey Park 4-2-26. Maintaining a 12-point lead over the Montrose Demons 2-14. We have goal kickers for Surrey Park. 1 to Taylor Morden, 1 to Kalani Kearns, and 2 for Tess Reynolds. Montrose singular goal kickers Emma Walker and Eleanor Carroll. Josh, Montrose seemed like they were getting their way back in it. But how do you see this fourth quarter panning out, given that Surrey Park are kicking with the wind?
They'll need to get off to a fast start, Montrose. They have come from behind in their 2 finals against the Waverley Blues and Berwick to get the job done. They'll need to do the same here against the Surrey Park side, who, by that first quarter, hadn't lost a quarter all season long. Will they be able to hang on and win the club's first senior women's premiership? We're about to find out. We're going to go to a break here in the Deakin Uni Division 2 Grand Final, and when we return, we will bring you the final quarter of action of this Grand Final between Surrey Park and Montrose. Welcome back to Cornby Reserve Deakin Uni Division 2 Grand Final out here between Surrey Park and Montrose. Surrey Park lead 26-14. Some score updates around the grounds in the Division 1 qualifying finals. South Mitcham lead 69, and South Belgrave have kicked 1 goal 13-19 against South Belgrave. So a bit inaccurate. The East Lane match of the round, Waverley Blues lead 72-39. Donvale lead 54-37 against Surrey Park in the third quarter at Jubilee Park. Scoresby lead 49-28 out at Bayswater Oval against Chirnside Park. And in the Premier Division Women's Decider, South Croydon at three-quarter time lead against the Eastern Devils 4-2-26. South Croydon to the Eastern Devils 1-5-11. They have come from behind in a grand final, though, have the Devils in the Premier Division. In the men's, Blackburn lead 62-40 against Baldwin. East Ringwood 58-50 leading Vermont. Roval lead 31-30 over Noble Park. Berwick lead 37-31 against Norwood, and Doncaster East lead 62-47 against South Croydon. But here, it could be a potentially grandstand finish in this final quarter, especially if Montrose kick the first goal against the Breeze as well, Chris.
That's exactly right, and obviously Surrey Park kicking with the wind in their favour, which will be a big plus for them. But you're exactly right. If Montrose can manage to get the opener in this term, we are right in for a terrific match. Of course, though, if it doesn't happen, Surrey Park cap off their invincible season in 2024. So a lot to still play for as we are just getting the last spectators off the field, and we'll be ready to kick off our final quarter in the Deakin University Division 2 Senior Women's Competition, Josh.
We absolutely are, and it will be Chris Curtis to get us underway in this final quarter as the final couple of patrons disperse from Cornby Reserve. We're set for a grandstand finish. Chris Curtis to get us underway in the Division 4 division.
Rucks go at it, 12 points the margin, still all to play for on the biggest stage of them all. As bodies are flying around the ball, the physicality is being matched early in this term as it has been throughout the whole game by both sides. Umpire will call for the ball in the centre square for another ball up. We'll have Isaacs Dunn and Jet Harris go at it once again. Got out to Hannah Lawson, who got the handball off. Plenty of bodies around the pack. It's almost like every player bar four are in that centre square right now. And there's a holding free kick that will go the way of Surrey Park. So the call is to push up the field, and the kick replicates that great distance from the free kick. Spilled out to the ground. Here's Tess Reynolds, throws it on the left. It's got good distance to it. Montrose defender on the first. Kalani Kearns is around to look for it. Don't argue. The snap is high. Is it true? Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Josh. Kalani Kearns, second of the day. And that is an absolutely monstrous goal in the context of this game. Well, how about that? What did that take, Josh? A minute?
It pretty much did. Nearly a minute and a half, and Surrey Park extend their advantage out to 18 points, 5-2-32, 2-2-42, 14 Montrose. And that's Kalani Kearns' 31st goal for the season. Now the equal leading goal kicker for the Panthers. Been absolutely immense inside forward 50 with 2 goals today as we go back up in the middle of Cornby Reserve. Harris won the tap down. Can Montrose win the clearance? They nearly do, but Surrey have the numbers out the back. And it's Montrose who do now, getting a handball away. There was Emily Rogers. Can they muster a response? It's Koletnik of the Mia variety who will run onto this ball. They got a chipping ball over the top in the direction of Mansfield, whose kick wasn't great. Bounced in favour of the Montrose players as Mansfield's locked up. Almost a contender for the blue ribbon medal. Been terrific on a wing has Chloe Mansfield as this ball will be tossed up. Isaac's done another hit out in the direction of Tess Reynolds. Tried to get away out of trouble, couldn't. And got herself into trouble. Gave away the holding the ball free kick. As Kayla Eslick will look to send it inside forward 50 for Montrose. She has a true centre wing on this broadcast side. Reynolds did well on the mark. The bounce favours the D's. Just getting boots a ball was Hannah Lawson. Hannah Barn was there, the captain for Surrey Park. And this ball will be tossed up right half forward flank for Montrose, left half back flank for Surrey Park. As Isaac's done, yet another hit out. Ball spills out now. Montrose player managed to get a handball away. And now we'll have a ball up. 3 minutes played here in this final quarter. Surrey Park lead 32-14, Chris.
And the ball is up just on the edge of the forward 50 as Tess Reynolds looks to burst away, gets the kick off this time. Brilliant work with her speed as well. What a weapon. It's off the hands of Charlotte Green. Bounces out the back of the pack. Green still with the footy. Handballs it and almost goes to pick it up herself. Nudges Morton out of the way. Handball from Whitnish. Couldn't find a target. That was Chelsea Whitnish. Obviously her sister out here as well as Surrey Park just look to get it closer and closer to their forward 50. There's plenty of bodies around the ball. It's coming off hands. Morton looking to apply a tackle. So too is Bear. Umpire says nothing doing and will call for a ball up. So we're just about 4 minutes gone in this final term. 18-point lead favouring the Panthers as the Rucks go at it. Ball initially bounced to Montrose's favour, but now it's coming straight laterally. Reynolds gets a long kick. It's out the back. Kearns is there. She trips over though. Kick won't bounce the right way for Reynolds to get a direct goal. So number 9, Tiana Whitney, she's going to bring it out this time. Just on the volley from 17, Hannah Barn. The ball's still in play here. Player down. Behind play for Surrey Park. Can't quite see who that is as Charlotte Green gets boot to ball. It is Morton. She's got a slight limp, but she looks like she'll be okay. Obviously kicked the opener of this contest in the first term. As we're going to have a ball up. Far side wing. Left back pocket for the Demons. Some 35 yards out as Reynolds looks to burst through and does just that. Gets it on the left. Shot a goal. And it is out of bounds on the full. Electric pace from Tess Reynolds on display again, but unable to convert in that attempt. So it will be brought in by Tiana Whitnish.
Looks like she's taking the game by the scruff of the neck. Tess Reynolds in midfield, Chris.
That's exactly right. She's been able to burst through and really make her impact felt. Bit off a bit more than she can chew at times, but you wouldn't mind that when you've got a 3-goal lead as it stands. So handballs are plenty inside the forward 50 of the Panthers. No one really able to get it out just yet. Beers around the footy. Comes out. Montrose are going to look for a clearing kick and will do that, but it's only as far as I believe Mia Harold, wearing the long sleeves today, who looks for a lead up target, will bounce over the top of her. Ball still there to be won. Kalani Kearns is out the back as a spare just in case. Charlotte Green laying the tackle and locking it up. So we'll have a ball up. Just about dead in front, some 35-40 metres out nearly. As the ball's on the ground, plenty of bodies around it. One was Charlotte Bradshaw. And it will be balled up once more. 30 out directly ahead of the Panthers goal. As Jet Harris gets a good fist to the footy. It's going to come out looking for Hannah Lawson to bring it out, but it's come out eventually. There's 27, Mia Harold, that we said before was involved in the play. Ball comes out the back, 3v1 favouring the Demons. Kearns has to make a contest out of it and not let the footy get out, and she's done brilliantly so far, waiting for the reinforcements to come. But they won't come quick enough as Montrose find a mark inside defensive 50. And they'll look to the far side wing through Hannah Lawson, sorry, I should say. As a mark's been taken, sent straight back. That's a monstrous kick. Will it bounce? Not kindly enough. The shot from 50, which looked good, but wouldn't bounce, Josh.
It was Mia Kolednik with that shot on goal. Been terrific in defence. The score moves to 5-3-33 Surrey Park. Montrose 2-2-14, 7 minutes played, 13 minutes left in the Division 2 season, in the seasons for the Surrey Park Panthers and the Montrose Demons. As Montrose go to the far side, the intercept mark taken once again by Kolednik, who's starting to take the game by the scruff of her neck. Looks in the Morton direction. What brilliant vision from Mia Kolednik. And hits up Taylor Morton, who'll be kicking with the breeze from around 35 metres out. On a slight angle. Kick the opener, as you mentioned, Chris, of this Division 2 decider. Can make it an even tougher ask for Montrose to come back and secure the Division 2 premiership. As Morton comes in and misses to the right. 5-4-34 Surrey Park. Montrose 2-2-14. 8 minutes played here, fourth quarter in the Division 2 Grand Final between Surrey Park and Montrose.
And that one's missed to the right, but you feel like if the Panthers get the next, this is all but over. As the Demons look to bring it out and take territory with a kick, will pop out the back of the pack. Marked by Hannah Lawson, who looks like she's tweaked an ankle there. She's been a terrific contributor for the Demons so far today, despite things not necessarily going her team's way. Her kick is intercepted by, I believe that's Mia Kolednik on the wing just in front of us. Lawson still out here despite limping on that ankle just a bit. Kick's gonna nearly went out the back, but not quite. Didn't have the distance. Lawson around the footy as well. Picked up by Bea, who looks for Kalani Kearns. Had a 1v1 matchup. Ball dropped just short. Tiana Whitney soccers it off the ground. That will get it out of 50, but it might come straight back in from the Panthers. Suffocating pressure from Surrey Park so far, as the ball's still on the ground, still there to be won, and will now finally be called for a ball up. 40 metres out from the Surrey Park goal. As the ruck work is done brilliantly by Surrey Park. Bodies dropping around the footy. There's Chelsea Whitnish this time.
Thank you. Chrissy Lagos
looking for the holding the ball call, but unfortunately for her, she's not the one in green out there today. And it will come out through Chloe Jones, who just takes distance with a kick. It's a 2v2 in the centre square. Montrose need a clearance here, and they need one desperately soon, but they won't find relief on this time of asking, as the free kick is going Surrey Park's way. So Chloe Mansfield is out, has a bit of space on this wing, but elected not to go there. Instead, the mark was taken by Emily Rogers, who will wheel and duel up the middle. Gets it to her teammate, who looks to her left, looks to get the handball chain started. 38, or maybe 48, that's Mackenzie Harbinson. As the ball's sent inside forward 50 for the first time in what seems to be a long time for Montrose, but it's sockered straight back out. Surrey Park not giving up anything in this contest, as we have 10 minutes left to go in our Division 3 decider. Division 2 decider, I should say, my apologies. The ball is up. True centre wing. And it is going to lead to yet another ball up, Josh.
Centre wing on the far side. Who can kick the next goal? The all-important next goal. That'll be Surrey Park, who advance it further through their captain, Hannah Barn. Got a holding free kick. After that stoppage, as she calls for her teammates to give leads, goes into the middle of the ground. It was a dangerous kick. Surrey have the numbers though. Annabelle Power got it to Mansfield. Nice one too from Power and Mansfield, as Power sends it inside forward 50. Kearns might get it out the back. She doesn't. Running onto it was Gavin. Her handball wasn't a great one. The pretty decent shepherd there from Tiana Whitnish on Bea. She might still pick up this ball here, Bea. She does, but Montrose managed to clear temporarily though. No mark taken by Isaac Stun. Did the work on the ground though. Sends it in the direction of Chrissy Lagos. Bounce favoured her, and it favoured Lani Day, who might be pinged. She isn't. And this ball will be tossed up directly in front of the Surrey Park goal. We've got just over 8.5 minutes left in this final quarter. They lead by 20 points. As this ball looks like it will be locked up, it is. It's around 30 metres out from the Surrey Park goals, directly in front of the big sticks. Charlotte Bradshaw got it down, looking for Kalani Kearns. Big head clash there, and the Montrose player worse for wear. She's slow to her feet, and we might have a little bit of a stoppage in play here as the trainer is called. She's all good now, which is great to see. A bit of a head clash there as we get another ball up inside Surrey Park's attacking 50. Both rucks cancelled each other's hit out, and this ball once again will be locked up. Lani Day applying the tackle, and it's still directly in front of the Surrey Park goal, but they're just taking time off the clock though, are the Panthers. And it'll be a holding the ball free kick going to Kalani Kearns, who can put the icing on a very sweet cake for the Surrey Park Panthers from directly in front, 30 metres out. And in turn, if she kicks this, she will be the Panthers' leading goal kicker for this season as she comes in, or just about comes in. the former Blackburn player. Been terrific all season long, inside forward 50 for Surrey Park. It's just going to fall short. The mark might still be taken by Wright, it isn't, and it spills out of bounds. Right forward pocket for Surrey Park, but they're still locking it in. And are getting closer to lifting that Premiership Cup up. Club's first with the senior women's side as up this ball goes again. Harris won the tap down. Montrose clear, but not from their defensive 50. Sophie Bradshaw applying the good shepherd. Got out to Annabelle Power. Barn just threw it on the boot. Kearns is there up against Chelsea Whitnish. Whitnish did really well. And Montrose can't clear, and this ball will be tossed up. 6.5 minutes left in this final quarter. Surrey Park leading 5-4-34. Montrose 2-2-14. As the tap down won by Bradshaw. Largos again wrapped up. And still not going anywhere, Chris. Stoppage after stoppage.
It's all too familiar today, Josh, but it's still locked in the Panthers forward 50, and that's exactly where they want it to be. As the ball is dropping around, bodies are dropping around the ball, I should say. It's come loose now. Looking to get it clear was Chloe Jones, but to no avail. So the umpire will call for a ball up again. So we have just under 6 minutes to play in this quarter and subsequently in this 2024 Deakin University Division 2 Senior Women's season. As we have yet another ball up, giving the players plenty of time to catch their breaths, I'm sure. As the rucks cancel each other out. Bea had hands to the footy, couldn't take it cleanly. It's got to come out to the left. There's number 18, Bradshaw. Kick is on its way, but it's going to go wide and out of bounds. So last touch rule, we'll see Montrose bring that back in.
Score update from H.E. Parker. South Croydon lead 26-14 against the Eastern Devils. 7 minutes left in that game, Chris.
So South Croydon have managed to stem the scoring end there. See if they can hold on. As here at Quamby, the sun's back out. The wind's still here. Where else would it go than annoy us? As Sophie Bradshaw just going to send this one inside forward 50. Mark was dropped by the Demons defender in 21, Brittany Wilkinson. But she'll find her target in her teammate Jocelyn Healy. He's failed to get on the scoreboard so far today, who just looks forward. And the intercept mark is going to be taken by, I believe, Mia Kolednik. Got the nod of approval from Josh Ward there. He knows this Surrey Park side better than anyone as Kolednik looks forward. The bit of a mongrel kick inside forward 50. Give me a couple more minutes, Josh, and then I would not rather anyone but you to close this game out, is what I'm trying to say. So the ball will go up, edge of the 50. Demons look to clear it, smothered by Surrey Park. Bodies dropping everywhere again as the clock ticks on. 4 minutes to go as the tap out's won by Jet Harris. It will go Surrey Park's way though now. Bradshaw around the footy. She's been there a lot in these last couple of minutes. It's going to be a holding free kick. Going the way of Surrey Park. Going the way of Sophie Bradshaw, who now has, as you can probably hear to our right, a lot of fans cheering her on. She can look forward as the Panthers get their options inside the forward 51. Leaning up is Kalani Kearns. Got first contact to the footy. Couldn't quite take it cleanly. And we are going to have another ball up, I believe. Still inside the Panthers forward 50. Left forward pocket about 30 metres out. They wanted to come out through Chloe Jones, do the Demons. Spilled out the back and the Torp's going to get it out of 50. It's a relief for now, but it might only be temporary as it comes through by Kolednik, looking to finish this game as she started. Sends it inside to Kalani Kearns. Around there is Tess Reynolds. And it is out of bounds.
Nathan, our CEO, Jai Bond, getting a touch of the foot there.
Showing everyone he's still got it. As the ball up is in the left forward pocket of the Panthers, 25 metres out. Kick smothered off the boot. It's going to be touched, so we're going to have a ball up. As we're getting near to the 2.5 minute mark left in this game, we are going to have one of the most polarising figures, not only in the EFNL's women's divisions, but also Surrey Park Football Club. Josh Ward, take us home.
As it's Reynolds trying to burst her way through the stoppage. Montrose have the numbers. In fact, it's Annabelle Power. Got a handball out the back to Hannah Barn, to Sophie Bradshaw. Had a terrific final quarter. Bauer just trying to bump her way through. Jones wouldn't allow it, and this ball will be tossed up. 2 minutes left. Surrey Park are one step closer to hoisting the Division 2 Premiership. They will by the end of today. As Lewis was looking for the high free kick, doesn't get it. It'll just be a ball up as Charlotte Mansfield goes up in ruck against Harris. Harris won the tap down. Marnie Day was there, applied the tackle. It spills out now to Chloe Jones, probably been Montrose's best player. Barn got it to Power, and Power is wrapped up by Sabrina Brandes. And it's right in front of us in the left half forward flank for Surrey Park, who are going to be Division 2 premiers. They're going to complete the undefeated season as Kearns, her handball went backwards and Montrose are able to pounce, and the intercept mark taken there from Mia Kolednik. She's certainly a candidate for the blue ribbon medal today. Has it on true centre wing. That piercing left boot of hers gets in the direction of Kearns. Couldn't take the mark. It spills out now at the back to Lani Day, who's wrapped up and pinged for holding the ball. So it'll be a free kick to Montrose in their defensive 50. They've put together a terrific final series, but they haven't been able to overcome the Panthers as Kolednik again takes the intercept mark. Absolutely immense. She has ended this game the way she started it. Sends it inside forward 50 in the direction of Bradshaw. Kearns was out the back. Whitnish is out the back as well. Managed to get a handball away. Lani Day, her handball was intercepted, and it's Jet Harris who just throws it on the boot. Kick was smothered, but spills out now to her teammate who's right in front of us. That was Brittany Wilkinson. Handball was too hot for her teammate. Plenty of players around this, and they managed to get it out. Surrey Park. Chloe Jones, though, running onto it, and the umpire will call for it. We've got 10 seconds left, and the Panthers are going to lift the Division 2 Premiership as this ball tossed back up. There's the siren! Surrey Park have won their first senior women's premiership. 5-4-34, 2-2-14 Montrose. And what a season it is for the Panthers. They complete the undefeated season, Chris. They were challenged by Montrose, but they pulled through to win their first premiership, well, since the 2023 Division 4 premiership for the for the under-19s, actually. But a tremendous season is complete from the Panthers. And the goal kickers, Tess Reynolds with 2, Kalani Kearns with 2, and a single to Taylor Morden for Montrose, Emma Walker with 1, and Eleanor Carroll with 1 in that third quarter. But Chris, this was a really good grand final in the end, wasn't it?
Absolutely terrific. You couldn't be more correct. And, you know, you said first senior women's premiership for the club, and what a way to do it, capping off the invincible season in the Deakin University Division 2 senior women's competition. And what better way to put a postage stamp on it than a grand final like this out at Columbia Park in the sun, triumphant by 20 points.
Absolutely. It's going to be hard to pick a blue ribbon medal as the best on ground for whoever it is, but do you have a best on ground for yourself?
I was a big fan of Chloe Mansfield's work today, Josh. I thought throughout all 4 quarters, up and down the wing, she was brilliant. Absolutely,
she was. There's certainly a lot of contenders. Mia Kolednik, Tess Reynolds, but it's Surrey Park who will be lifting the Premiership Cup. Well, that will do us. Don't forget to stay tuned to the Veteran Women's Grand Final set to take place shortly between South Belgrave and Moorpark. But Chris, been an absolute thrill calling alongside you today for the Division 2 and Division 3 Grand Finals, which saw Surrey Park and Moorpark premiers today out here at Crombie Reserve.
No worries, man. Absolute pleasure as always to be out here with you, and a top job to you as well.
Thank you so much. That does us. Don't forget to stay tuned to Female Footy Focus, where we'll dissect all Grand Finals that took place in the women's competition today. But now, though, stay tuned, if you can, to the post-game ceremony. But I've been Josh Ward. That's been Chris Curtis. Thank you for tuning in to the Division 2 Women's Grand Final between Surrey Park and Montrose. The Panthers premiers 34-14.